KC now, Giants-Chiefs Monday Night Football. Big Blue had to burn a couple of timeouts in the first half after some communication issues, which Joe Judge explained after the game as part of an ongoing battle he's having with headsets. Take a listen to this.
What happened on the timeout there in the first half?
The headsets are going out. No, we're having headset issues. This happened in every game so far. So we deal with the league, and they keep telling us there's different software updates or whatever it is. But we had to call 2 timeouts today because we're trying to send the deals in personnel-wise, and you got half the headsets aren't getting reception. Every single stadium this year, home and away, I've had issues personally.
Is that your staff?
Look, I don't know. Look, I don't want to make this all about headsets. We have things. I'd say this: whoever's in charge of it, whoever the guys who. Look, Jordan, I don't know the exact answer. I don't know if that comes more through the league or us exactly, but they better fix it fast. Again, look, I don't want to make this about the stupid headsets. That's not what this is about. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't the factor in the game. We got to do other things on our own to make sure we have success.
Wilds, your guy, Joe Judge, the gift that keeps on giving this season. Spends a lot of his post-game time blaming malfunctioning headsets for the Giants' timeout issues. What'd you make of it all?
Oh, my goodness gracious. Here's what I make out of it. If you are from the Belichick coaching tree, the one thing that no one takes away is you don't to the media. You can just get up there and say, what was the issue with the timeouts? We lost the game. That's the issue. You don't have to say anything. Brian Flores, you don't need to talk about Deshaun Watson at all. You don't have to talk about your headsets at all, and then try to admonish some nefarious person that is in your messing up your headsets. It's week 8. They better get it quick. They better get it fixed quickly. It's week 8, dude. Season's halfway over. Broussard, if I'm late to the show and I say, look, I got a tire issue. Nick Wright has been slashing my tires. He's slashed my tires for 8 weeks. I don't want to make it about Nick slashing my tires. Don't make it about Nick slashing my tires. We're going to make it about Nick slashing tires. It's an excuse. Look, I come out every day for the last 8 weeks, and I see 4 pocket knives in my tires. But that's not what it's about. Broussard, this is mind-boggling to me that Joe Judge has not taken another page from Bill Belichick's book and said absolutely nothing.
I'm going to give you love, Wilds. You are a bigger man than Joe Judge. Because you don't come on national television. You haven't even done this in a Zoom meeting that we have after the show. And you have microphone issues like twice a week, at least, maybe 3 times. You have yet to say, it's the microphones. It's the microphones. Somebody I don't know what's going on. We've talked to, Fox. They got to get these mics right. It's you accept that I keep hitting my mic. It's my fault, all right? So I'm going to give you love for that. You're a bigger man than the New York Football Giants head coach. 2 things quickly. Number 1, if it's a league issue, why are you the only team that has this issue, right? Has anybody else complained about this? Maybe I'm missing somebody. You're the only team. Number 2, if it's a Giants issue, to your points, Wilds, it's been 7 games, now 8, and you didn't get it fixed. Now all of a sudden there's urgency. We got to get it fixed right now. This is not going to play well, Nick, in New York. This will not play well in the tabloids in New York. Trust me.
Yeah, listen, Wild's total abandonment of Joe Judge is one of the sadder things I've seen on this show. I mean, he was the Joe Judge's only fan, and now he's mocking him mercilessly. Let me defend Joe Judge a bit here, Wild. You mentioned what he's learned from Belichick. This is one of those examples of the Belichick coaching tree almost having it right. He brought over the guy, I'm not going to, Judge didn't name him, I'm not going to name him, but he brought over the guy whose job it is to mess with the headsets.
The other way.
He just forgot to communicate. Backfire. It's supposed to be the other teams. The other team's headsets are the ones we short circuit. The other team's communication strategy is the ones we mess with in New England, not our own. So that guy every week is like, I'm crossing the wires like old Billy taught me.
Yeah.
But it's just, he's doing it for the wrong team. So he's just like, he's almost there, Jenna, just not quite. I mean, that's what happens. Like the Patriot way, but not exactly. I'm sure listening to your introduction, all these terrible things the Chiefs did, all the terrible play, the terrible numbers, yet you wake up this morning after a late Monday Night Football game, and you're like, oh, they won. So it's a little maybe misleading for folks that are just waking up to us. But yes, the Chiefs did win a professional football game. And listen, the other guys get paid too, America. And that New York Giants team's a little better than the record suggests. I've said this all along. Joe Judge, it's a tough coach, got him going in the right direction. And I'm just telling you, it's a good defense. It's a good defense. Oh, I don't know. Look at the Giants. All they did is beat Broussard's beloved New Orleans Saints. So was I impressed with the Chiefs yesterday? No, I was not impressed. Was that game closer than it should have been? Of course, it was closer than it should have been because the Chiefs are far better than they've shown over these first 2 months. But now we are at a very nice point in the season where we no longer have an exact midway point because of the 17 games, but 8 games still feels like it. So there's a team in the NFL, and I'll tell you, the team's the Chiefs. They, through the first half of the year, for part of it, had a historically bad defense. Same team is on a historically high turnover rate throughout the season. As Jenna mentioned, multiple turnovers seemingly every week. Their quarterback, who going into the year was the unanimously considered best player in football, #1 ranking on the NFL 100 list, after in his first 3 years of football was held under 21 3 times in 3 years, has been held under 21 3 times in the last 4 games. And, oh yeah, by the way, they played a brutal schedule. The Chargers, the Titans, the Ravens, the Browns, the Bills. Basically every good team in the AFC aside from the Raiders and Bengals, who are coming up later. And despite all of that, Broussard, they sit there at 4-4, a game out of first place in the division. The same number of wins as the Chargers, same number of wins as the Browns, as the Patriots, who Wilds is so excited about, who you guys explained to me yesterday about how the Patriots are dangerous. The 4-win Patriots are dangerous. And so while, Broussard, I was not impressed with the Chiefs yesterday, here's what I do know. They play the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. They are favorites in that game. Slim favorites, but favorites nonetheless. And if they win that game, then all of a sudden they're playing the Raiders for first place in the division, and all is forgotten. They somehow survived what was the worst month of defense of the Mahomes era, which was followed immediately by the worst month of offense of the Mahomes era. Despite all of that, they're 4-4. Fresh start, game out of first place. So no, I wasn't impressed last night, but I am hopeful and optimistic about the rest of the year, my friend.
That was impressive, Nick. I mean, the mental gymnastics, the verbal gymnastics you just put us through. I feel like I was following you on a maze, man. That was impressive. And look, I like to make fun of Nick and his Chiefs. But Nick will remind you, and I'm going to go ahead and remind you before he does, I also picked the Chiefs to reach the Super Bowl. So I've got skin in this game as well.